What's good? This is JVB representing SPD, and that is sportsperdim.com. We are less than a week away from the Chicago Bears kicking off the NFL 2019-2020 season, aka the 100th season of the NFL, and they'll be doing it here at home at Soldier Field against the hated rivals, the Green Bay Packers. But before the Chicago Bears season officially begins, I thought, why not do a prediction video? Why not do a bold prediction video? Not just a video where I'm saying on Chicago Bears are going to win the NFC North. That's not a bold prediction, motherfucker. Or me saying Mitch Trubisky is going to lead the Bears in passing touchdowns. Also, not a bold prediction. But what I'm going to do is go out of my way and really lay on some bold predictions, really give out some bold predictions that may on the surface may not happen, but who knows, maybe it does happen. So that's what this video is going to be about. And my first bold prediction, first-year rookie running back David Montgomery will finish the season in the top 5 in the NFL in total yardage. When David Montgomery was drafted by the Bears, I didn't really know anything about him. I didn't. So once the Bears drafted him, for me, I'm going to look at the highlight reel, what he did in college, and you see the talent. You see the skills. You see the cuts. You see the slow motion pace like a Le'Veon Bell. You see the smooth yet powerful running. You see the smooth receiving. And you think to yourself, like, he can be some decent. This guy could be pretty damn good. So, you got OTAs. And then we get into training camp, and then we finally get to preseason, and we get to see a little bit of David Montgomery in live action against an opposing team. And yeah, it was preseason, but the man looked pretty damn good. The man was making guys miss. He was easily breaking tackles. When it came to running, he was patiently waiting. He wasn't just see the hole and go through the hole. He stayed behind the line for a quick second, surveyed the field, surveyed the defense, and he made his attack. But David Montgomery, in that short period of time, it showed why these guys went out and drafted him. And it also showed why Matt Nagy didn't really play him much in the preseason. You know what that means? When a coach doesn't really play you in the preseason, it means that you're a valuable asset. And it also means that you've proved enough. You don't need to be out there for 3 quarters risking getting hurt. When Matt Nagy did that, that's what that showed me. That showed me that David Montgomery will be an essential part of this Bears offense. And I truly believe, of all the talented guys on this Bears offense, you know how I feel about Mitch Trubisky. If you don't, watch my Mitch Trubisky video. But of all these guys on the Bears offense, I will not be surprised if David Montgomery is the centerpiece of this offense. Mike Davis was brought in from Seattle. He was a really good backup running back in Seattle. To me, that's an upgrade over Benny Cunningham, right? So Mike Davis is going to get his reps. Tariq Cohen, enough said, he's going to be out there. We know who Tariq Cohen is, and we know he's going to be out there for his snaps. He's going to eat. But I truly believe that the starting running back that's going to be behind center, that's going to be behind Mitch Trubisky for the majority of the time will be David Montgomery. He's going to come out the gate strong. He's going to come out the gate running. No pun intended. But he's going to come out the gate strong. He's going to look good against first teamers, second teamers, third teamers. Who cares? I think David Montgomery is the real deal. I really like his skill. And everybody knows. And if you don't know, now you will know. The best position to be at when you come into the NFL is at running back. I would say running back 1, linebacker 2, specifically middle linebacker, interior linebacker. Those are the 2 positions that you can pretty much come in and fit in the quickest when you get into the league. Year after year after year, we see it all the time. First round running back, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round, seventh round, undrafted. These running backs come in the league and they just take off. We saw it last year, for example. An all-world talent, Saquon Barkley, a first-round pick, a top 5 pick, coming to the league beasting. He led the league in total combined yards last season. But you had a guy in Saquon Barkley who was a top 5 pick, continuing where he left off at Penn State. But you also had a guy who was undrafted out of Colorado. The name, Philip Lindsay, who was picked up by the Denver Broncos, his hometown team. Everybody just thought he was going to be a change of pace running back, a scat back, a backup running back to Royce Freeman, who was drafted. I believe he was like a second or third round pick. I'm not sure. But he was drafted to be the Denver Broncos starting running back. But shit, by week 2, 3, or 4, guess who was the Denver Broncos starting running back? Yes, the undrafted guy, Philip Lindsay. And he slowed down towards the end of the season because he is a small guy, but I don't know if he led the league in yards per rush, but he was up there. It's like every time I saw him on red zone or something, he was breaking off 11-yard runs, 20-yard runs, 30-yard runs. But yeah, he was among the league leaders in rushing last year, and he was a Pro Bowler. And I know that really don't mean shit in 2019, but for a guy who was undrafted, think about it. To be selected to the Pro Bowl in your very first season, that's a big accomplishment. And that's something to be proud of and put Philip Lindsay on the map. But now let's get back to David Montgomery real quick, because he's the guy in between. He wasn't a first-round pick, and he didn't go undrafted. He was a middle-round pick. The Bears saw something in this guy, and he put it on display in the preseason when he actually was able to play. Like I said, Matt Nagy was like, fuck that. I'm of the belief of not playing my guys. I don't want my starters to be getting hurt in the preseason. My important guys are not really playing in this preseason. And that middle round running back, David Montgomery, was one of those guys. And I know some of you guys will be saying that Tariq Cohen's going to get reps. Mike Davis is going to get reps. They're going to be eating reps away from David Montgomery. You know, we think he's going to be a good running back, a really good running back, but I don't think he's going to have the opportunity to be in the top 5 in the NFL in combined yardage. Now, if you're of that belief, it's a valid argument, you know, because you got Tariq Cohen, you have Mike Davis along with David Montgomery. So there's some mouths to feed, you know, no doubt about it. You know, and even the fantasy football, quote unquote, experts say the same thing, you know, about David Montgomery, that Chicago Bears offense is just an equal opportunity offense. It's not like the Atlanta Falcons offense where you just throw the ball to Julio as much as you could, or let's say the New York Giants offense with Saquon, the Dallas Cowboys offense with Zeke. You know, we started to see it last year with the Carolina Panthers and Christian McCaffrey. It's not like those offenses. Those guys are going to get hella reps because they're the main point of the offense. They're the focal point of the whole offense. But what I'm saying is that David Montgomery is that good that he can very well be the focal point of this Bears offense. And like I said earlier in the video, I believe he will be. Tariq Cohen is going to be out there a lot. You know, he's going to be out there to get his receptions. He's going to be in the backfield. He's going to get some carries. Or he's also going to be out there along with David Montgomery. And besides, Tariq Cohen in the NFL is a very small guy. His body isn't going to hold up the duration of the season if you give him so many reps. And then you have a big guy like Mike Davis who could withstand a lot of punishment, a guy who could take a lot of reps. But I don't think that's what his role is going to be. I don't think what he's going to do on this team is going to impact David Montgomery that much. I think if anything, to be honest, I think he's going to impact more so on Tariq Cohen's volume as it pertains to rushing. And another guy I think who's going to impact a lot on Tariq Cohen's rushing is Cordero Patterson, who showed in New England that he's multifaceted. The man just don't return kicks, but you can use him as a running back. You can use him as a receiver. And knowing Matt Nagy, Cordero Patterson is going to be used a lot in this offense. But again, call me motherfucking naive, but I am not worried about David Montgomery's volume on this team. I believe if everyone is healthy, at the end of the season, he will lead all the running backs in snaps this season, which will in turn create a lot more opportunity to make a lot more plays. And I believe he will, because another thing we have to look at is Mitch Trubisky. Mitch's legs are an essential part of his game right now, but I really believe he's going to be smarter this year. I don't think he's going to take as many chances because he did get injured last year. He did miss time last year. And luckily for himself and the Chicago Bears, he was able to come back. But he did get hurt last year, which tells a player that, hey, motherfucker, you can get hurt too. You're not invincible. And I think a guy like Mitch Trubisky, who really wants to be a student of the game, a guy who really wants to be great, a guy who's in the video room, a guy who's out there training all the damn time, eat, sleep, drink, piss, shit, football. I think he took that to heart. And I think he also watches these other guys out here, guys like Tom Brady, guys like Drew Brees, who are in their 40s and they're still going strong. I won't be surprised if Mitch is getting pressured. And unlike Tom Brady and Drew Brees, who will basically just sit on the ball, he's going to move around the pocket, but I don't think he's going to run with the ball too much. I think he's going to be dumping off passes to David Montgomery and letting David Montgomery make the play. More times than not, he's going to make a lot of plays with that football. And that's also another reason why I believe Mitch Trubisky is going to continue to grow this season. Having a guy like David Montgomery to go along with Tariq Cohen and Mike Davis and Cordero Patterson and Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel, Anthony Miller, Trey Burton, all those talented guys on the offensive side of the ball, making his life that much easier. And of all those talented guys on offense, I think perhaps the most talented guy is David Montgomery. And that's why one of my bold predictions for this upcoming 2019-2020 season for the Chicago Bears is that David Montgomery will finish the season in the top 5 of the NFL in combined yardage. And I'm going to say for the total yards, he's going to get about 1,300-some rushing yards and over 500 receiving yards. So that's my prediction. That's one of my predictions. I'm going to put out a couple of more bold prediction videos before the season starts next Thursday. So stay tuned to the channel and make sure you like this video and share this video with fellow Bears fans, fellow football fans, fellow Chicago sports fans. Share with everybody. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take it easy. God bless. Bear down. Peace.